Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome back to the Better Man podcast. Today's episode is a member interview. We are talking with John A. from Reno, Nevada. John is 74 years old. He enjoys hiking. He is a downhill skier. He walks a lot, and he's also now getting into weightlifting and fixing his nutrition. So we talk about his health and wellness journey, how it's evolved over the years. We talk about how now with Manful Yoga, he's hiking longer with less stiffness and how he's still downhill skiing and doing the things that he wants to do. And if you are a guy who is older and considering whether or not you can do Manful Yoga, or you're just looking for inspiration to want to be able to do new things, this is a great interview. And it's a good reminder to all of us that we can still do things even as we age. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. I hope it inspires you, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome back to the Better Man podcast. Today's episode is a member interview. I've got John A. here, and we're going to be talking about his health and wellness journey. So, John, thank you for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah. So, John, you attended a wellness weekend that we did in Austin, I think in January of 2025. And that's where I first met you in person. But you've also been doing Manful Yoga now for, how many years has it been?
I bought your book in 18 or 19, somewhere in there. So I started doing it from the book, and then I joined Manful Yoga, the online program, probably in 19. It's probably before the pandemic started.
Yeah.
So I've been around for a few years.
Yeah. Cool. So was you starting yoga, was that part of a big shift in your health and wellness? I always like to go back to like, what's kind of your oh shit moment, right? When did you realize that your fitness wasn't going the way that you wanted it to and you needed to make a change?
Okay. I started yoga, actually in-person classes, probably back at the beginning of the 2000s. So I did a yoga program in-person classes for many years. I think more recently, if you call my oh shit moment, is actually, it was actually more like the fall of 24. When I first talked with you, I set up that appointment and I talked with you. I had I was active all my life. I jogged, I rode a road bike, I did activities like that. And then from like starting in 2017 to about 2024, I had a number of health problems that set me back. And so I cut back on activities, although I did I did what I could. And then in, say, the summer or fall of 24, I started to realize I could get back into a lot more of what I had been doing. And that's when I made the appointment with you to try to strengthen my yoga program. And because I had orthopedic problems that the yoga program could help with. That was the main reason I started with that. I've been walking all those years, a lot of backpacking and hiking, but I needed to get more direction. And so that's when I started with that appointment with you. And then I signed up for the weekend at the beginning of 25 to come to Austin to work on my poses and kind of meet everybody.
Yeah. Okay. How was that event for you? What did you come away? What were some of the big takeaways for you?
Well, I think meeting the coaches and having a lot of, I don't want to call it correction, but improvement in the poses was an important thing. Although I had done yoga for a number of years, and I really liked when you start in your video, when you say we're going to do this pose, I know what the pose is, but I need improvement in it. And so to be in a live session, in an in-person session like that, was very helpful to hear, okay, you're missing this, or you're missing that, on site, rather than just hear it over the video. So I think that was very helpful. And meeting a number of guys there was really great. Patrick and Josh and Jesse, and yourself, they're all great. And so I really enjoyed all of that.
Yeah. So I'm curious for you. So you've been jogging, been doing yoga for a really long time. Have you always been active?
I wasn't active like in high school or college. In my senior year of college, I started jogging. Mm-hmm. And jogging was really big in the 1970s. And I look back, it's the only reason I can think of why I started doing it. It was just very popular. And I started very, very slow. I mean, I would jog a block and walk the block home, and I did that for a week. And so I didn't hurt myself. I started really slow. And then then I entered law school after that, and the jogging, and I swam for health reasons at the university, and those things were to help relieve the stress of law school. So I kind of got into it then.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay. Yeah. What have you noticed about fitness then versus what are the fitness trends now in terms of like, what are the things that people say you should be doing that, in the 70s or the 80s were like more popular? Have there been changes?
I can't remember anybody promoting yoga as much as it is now.
Yeah.
It's very much more promoted. I do remember it was my third year of law school, I think it was. I did attend a yoga class like once a week. It was, again, an in-person class. It was like an hour long. But it wasn't, no one really pushed it. And there was a lot of the meditation side of it was encouraged, which I'm nothing against. I don't get that much from it. So it's almost like dead time to me. But it's okay. I don't mind it. I'm not offended by it, but it's just not part of what I hope to get out of yoga.
Yeah. So, do you have kids?
Yes, I have two, a son and a daughter. Daughter is 26 and my son's 28.
Okay. So when they were younger, how did your fitness shift? Like as between the time they were born and, they were probably 12 or 13 and started doing some of their own stuff more. How did your fitness evolve during that time?
I still jogged. I was very lucky. I had a neighbor who jogged about the same pace that I did. So he and I jogged many mornings together. So having that, someone's going to meet you, you got to get out of bed and go do it. That's helpful. I backpacked every summer at probably 5 to 10 day trips. So I done a lot of backpacking over the years, and I've done quite a bit of day hiking as well. But that one of the things that helped me was having a partner and to meet me to go jogging, because that guy was going to be out there whether I got up or not. So I had to get up and meet him.
Yeah, those accountability partners, those are especially in person. If you can make that happen, that definitely helps. All right, so you were jogging. Were you still swimming during this time, or swimming more of a?
I didn't do that much swimming. I could swim, and I did swim. I belonged to a health club that had a really nice pool, but I didn't do it regularly.
Yeah. Did you have weight issues at all? Were you like an ideal body weight for most of this time?
No, I didn't. I didn't have any. I didn't use resistance training or weight training at all.
No, I mean like your overall body weight.
Speak up. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Your overall body weight. Was your body weight healthy during this time?
Oh, yes. Although I gained weight as I got older.
Just gradually.
It was not healthy. It's still not, it's great, but I'm improving it. Dean, I lost a lot of weight when I had my knees replaced. I don't encourage this as a weight loss program.
Yeah.
But
no.
But the pain pills upset my stomach so much, I didn't eat very much. I cut back a lot on what I ate, and I lost about 10 pounds when I had my knees replaced.
And when was that?
That was 2023, not at the same time, February and July.
Got it.
So,
okay. Yeah. So when you started, I'm trying to get the whole timeline. And so you started doing yoga in like you started doing in-person yoga classes. You started doing manful yoga in 2019. And at that point you had been jogging still. So when you started adding manful yoga in, what were were there changes that you noticed after starting doing that versus doing jogging only, or the in-person yoga classes?
My jogging ended, and I'm really sorry for this kind of haphazard timeline. My jogging ended in about 2017. I had a laminectomy and a back fusion in the fall of 17. So I stopped jogging completely. I walked, but I didn't jog after that.
Got it.
So I kept up walking and yoga. And probably in the warmer months, I go over and swim a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So jogging stopped and you started doing yoga instead. Yeah. So what were some of the changes that you noticed from a predominantly jogging as your workout and then shifting to predominantly yoga?
Well, one of the things I noticed after my oh shit moment.
Yeah.
After about 6 weeks of improving my yoga, spending more time doing my yoga, doing more, more intensive programs, although not real intense. I almost had that feeling that you get after you jog a lot, that overall good feeling in your body. I remember in February, kind of around the same time I came down to the workshop in Austin, I was just feeling good overall. And it's similar to that feeling of you get when you start jogging a lot, your body feels really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really recognized that when I was doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just kind of this, is it energy? Is it like posture, or what does feeling good mean?
Boy, it's just feeling better overall. And I know that's vague.
Yeah.
I think there's energy, that it's feeling better. You can move better.
Mm-hmm.
And understand that this was all after a couple orthopedic surgeries that were very significant. Mm-hmm. So that made me feel even better when this was getting rid of that stiffness that I had.
Yeah. And so this was within the last year we're talking about.
Yes. I would say since the fall of 24.
Okay. How did you, in terms of you being consistent with the workouts, what did you notice helped you with showing up for the workouts even when you really didn't feel like doing them?
I keep a lot of records, and probably more than I need to. But for example, I mean, I've kept an exercise log for years. So that having to enter that and looking back at it and being able to count, okay, I did this many miles of walking in the month of whatever. I did this many days of yoga. Another thing I do, Dean, is I got your calendar, which I don't pay that much attention to the pictures because I'm not there yet. But anyway, I have a system of, like, when I do a yoga program, I mark a red slash one way. When I walk that day, I do a green slash the other day. When I use my Peloton, I have a blue slash the other day. So
That's
I can
great.
just glance at this calendar. Well, and I realize now it has two functions. First of all, I can glance at this calendar and say, I haven't done yoga in a while. I don't have to go to my journal and count days or anything. I can just look at the red marks aren't there. So I know I got to start picking it up. The other thing is that I bought James Clear's book and had been listening to your podcast, but about his point about removing barriers to your exercise program or to habits. He would use the word habit, to removing barriers. So I set up a room in my house where I have my yoga mat's always out. My yoga blocks are in that room. My yoga strap is in that room. My Peloton's in that room. It's all in one room. I have an old laptop set up in that room that connects to a TV monitor, so it's nice and big and the sound is good. So those are all things that I think help with consistency. The other thing is, and this kind of ties into, you had a podcast recently with Dr. A from Fit Father, and you talked about these evenings when people would, and I'm retired, so I don't have this problem. I don't have an evening. But instead, if you spread that problem out all day, that's me. I could drag this exercise program out all day and not do it till 10 o'clock at night. But instead, if I just get up in the morning and do it, I get it over with. And that really helps. I have my clothes set out and everything's set.
Yeah. So you do a lot just to make it simple, just to make yourself consistent. It's like, this is the option. Right. This is when I do it. Everything's set up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think not having to travel somewhere to do it reduces that friction too.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's your motivation for working out right now? When it comes time to work out, what do you think about that encourages you to do it?
I had trouble with your why exercise.
Yeah,
because I tried it and I would get stuck about the second time and not be able to follow through with it. But more recently, I did a trip. I travel a lot when I retired. I did a road trip to Southern Utah, the national parks. I was able to do a number of hikes that I probably a year ago was not able to do. I can hike 5-6 miles. I'm a slower walker, which is just fine. That's no big deal. But I enjoy the beauty of our national parks. I live near the Sierras, so I've got lots of hiking opportunities where I live, and I really enjoy all of that. So I kind of started thinking, well, this is what I really enjoy, is being outdoors, walking. I backpacked for a number of years, although I'm not comfortable doing that again. But I am able to do a lot of day hikes. When I was in Bryce Canyon Park, I was able to do a hike where I was able to go. I ascended 800 feet during the hike. I mean, I went down 800 feet and went up 800 feet. So I really enjoy the outdoors, and I enjoy being able to do hikes that aren't just level, but have a lot of up and down, in the mountains.
Yeah.
There.
Cool. Yeah. So being able to notice that the hike was easier for you and being able to tie that back to, it's because of these yoga workouts that I'm doing, that gives you that motivation.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Cool. All right. What are some other things that you noticed in your life as a result of, what other improvements did you notice as a result of just being consistent with your workouts?
Well, yeah, my balance has improved. I still downhill ski.
Oh,
so cool. I I'm able to downhill ski. I'm only done it the last 2 seasons, but I'm downhill skiing. My skiing is improved. My confidence skiing has improved. My balance on skis definitely has improved. So I enjoy that, and that has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I've lost a little weight. I'm down a pant size. There's all sorts of things like that are going on. I take long driving trips. I don't have stiffness when I get out of the car. I'm not stiff after driving. My last trip when I came back, I drove 500 miles in one day. It didn't bother me at all. I just got out of the car. That was fine.
Wow.
So I have
I don't think I
could
do that.
It's it's good.
Yeah. And where do you live?
Say that again.
Where do you live?
Reno, Nevada.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. So hiking galore, I guess. So, you mentioned down a pant size. Have you made other changes to your health practices, your nutrition, your sleep, stress management, that as just part of this, health improvement journey?
Well, a couple years ago, I joined Fit Father, and my son was living with me at the time, and we ate pretty good following Fit Father for several months, and then I kind of got away from it. So I had gotten away from it. I'm starting to get back to it, and I think that will be an improvement once I follow it longer. It's only been like a week. It hasn't been a long time that I've gotten back into it. So I've done that. My sleeping is pretty I have sleep apnea, and so my sleeping is pretty much, after I use a CPAP, I'm fine. I just sleep 7 plus hours a night, no problem.
Yeah. I think that's something that's really not talked about that much, but I feel like just based on the conversations that I've had with guys, and also like at the retreat that we did, I think about a third of the guys there had a CPAP machine. And so, seeing like these group of guys, and some of them, we had some younger guys in their 30s and 40s, and I think the majority are 50s and 60s though. And so seeing like these guys like, oh, cool, you have a CPAP machine too. And hearing about people who snore or like have sleep apnea, and then recognizing like you need a CPAP machine. I think that's something that if you're not looking into, and especially if you know that you snore, like that's something that, you should probably look into. So I'm glad anyways, point being, I'm glad you brought up the CPAP machine.
Okay. And whether this is accurate, I had one healthcare professional say, if your neck size is 17 and a half or bigger, you should be checked out. And it's no big deal to be checked out. It's, 1 or 2 overnights at a clinic. You sleep like you normally do. They even give you a sleep aid if you want one, if you're nervous about being there. So it's an easy test.
How long have you been using it for?
It's not a challenge. What's that?
How long have you been using it for?
6 years.
6 years. Did you notice an immediate improvement when you started using it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It took me about 4 to 6 weeks to get used. I have a full mask, which not everybody does. Sometimes it's just a nasal mask, but I have a full mask, and the first 4 to 6 weeks were challenging, for lack of it was just getting used to this thing, and now it's no problem at all. I just slap it on and go to sleep, and that's the end of it. No,
cool. So in the beginning of this conversation, you talked about how you had that running partner or jogging partner, and then you had the neighbor who was also a jogging partner. What are some other external support systems that you've had kind of throughout your fitness journey, and how have they been helpful?
I read the Manflow Yoga Facebook page pretty regularly. I mean, every few days I'm on it. I read it. You have some great examples, great guys on there who are good examples for all of us. Anthony from Canada, Adam from Florida, Cody is just a great example. Kevin in Iowa and Travis from Texas, they were in my coaching group. They're really great examples. The neighbor I used to, my jogging partner was my neighbor. It's the same guy. And who I used to jog with, we still walk together, probably once a week and maybe more often. So, I mean, is that answer your question?
Yeah. How is it? So you talked about some of the guys in the Facebook group. How have they been helpful? So what about it? Like, if you had to attach like a benefit to it, or if you had to describe how it's helped you be more consistent or more motivated, what does it give to you?
Well, when they describe their accomplishments, it's really, it's a good example to see about, okay, some everyday, maybe that's the wrong word, but that's the closest word I can come to. Some everyday guy can make these very significant improvements in their lives. And so if they could do it, I could do some things anyway to improve. Maybe not do everything they do, but certainly they're demonstrating the improvements through pictures, through words, regular participation in it. That's really a good thing to see.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that was the question. So, what's the next thing you want to work on in your fitness? Is there something new you're striving towards?
I'm working on nutrition. I've come back. I came back from this trip, and while I was on the trip, I kind of watched more what I was eating than I have been, and then I am going to work more on my nutrition. Gone back to some Fit Father recipes for dinner and for lunch. I really have been following what he has recommended for breakfast for a couple years, but I got to do more than that. So I'm going to improve in nutrition. And also, I was in Coach Josh's resistance coaching group. And in that coaching group, I started I'll call it a mild, weight training program. And I've kept that up twice a week. And I hope to strengthen that. I got to watch your video on weight training. So I belong to a health club where all the weights are available. So I've just got to get working at. But that's the two things that I plan on doing. I have my ski pass for this season, and I hope to do more skiing. As well.
Cool. All right. So lots of things to work on. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for our rapid fire section?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right. So what is the one habit, belief, or mindset that has helped you the most with your overall health and wellness?
I think being willing to modify whatever's suggested or recommended or whatever you read about, you don't have to do exactly what they say to improve. In your workout videos, you're always reminding people, use supports. I use the blocks a lot. I use the wall. I don't stand on one leg. by myself. So I use those supports, and I think, don't worry about it. Just try some things, and then if you have to modify it, it's okay. You're doing more than you did before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So what's one thing that you do for your health that is often overlooked or undervalued by others?
I think having some sort of general medical practitioner that you consult on a yearly basis. All your good workouts can be absolutely wrecked, if you want to call it, that's the right word.
Yeah.
If you get sick. And one of the things, if you read headlines or if you read articles, men, and especially younger men, don't have a general practitioner. And I think to have one and have some sort of annual physical every year with that person is a really good idea. Just because you go to one doesn't mean you have to do what they say either. So if you go to a doctor, you can decide what you want to do or not do, but go to that doctor and find out what he or she might recommend. I've had one for years. And I specific example, I had polyps. I've had colonoscopies every 5 years for 30 years. And I may have gotten colon cancer if I hadn't done that.
Okay. Good advice. What is the most stressful part of your day-to-day life?
I don't work and I don't commute anywhere. The stressful part of my life is staying out of my adult children's business.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not always easy, but I really try to do that.
Yeah. All right. What's your best piece of advice for men who want to be healthier?
If you're just starting out, start small. And I think back when I started jogging, that I jogged 1 block and I walked a block home, and I did that for a week. And after a while, I was running 4 miles in no time. It took a few months, but I was up to 4 miles, and it didn't make any difference. Just do it that way. I had many people would ask, because I've jogged, they would say, I want to start jogging. What should I do? And I go, they say, I want to go out and jog a mile. And I go, you're not going to last. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
So, and your videos show that. I mean, your beginner path is a lot of 15 to 20 minute videos. And that's a good thing, to keep it short and just get used to it. Get your body used to it.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right. Well, John, anything else you want to add?
I can't think of anything. No. Thank you.
Okay.
This is great.
And I didn't ask. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 74.
74. Okay. All right. So you're starting weightlifting, dialing in nutrition at 74. Sweet.
I guess that's a kind of a what that's almost like what difference does it make? You're gonna need it all the way.
Yeah, no, I'm bringing it up just to show that other people can do it too. So
yeah,
and I'm glad.
I don't mean to minimize what
you
asked. Yeah. I would encourage everyone to start up these activities.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thanks again for being here, guys, listening in. I hope you enjoyed this interview. I hope it inspires you to be a better man. You can find John in our community. Say hi to him. You post every now and then, right? I've seen some posts from you. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me for this episode. I hope this was inspiring. Check out the show notes for anything that we mentioned. If you want to leave a review for this podcast, if it's helping you, you can do that. It'd be a huge help. If you're part of the Manful Yoga community and you're here as a compliment to what you're doing in the members area, the app, and the community, I want to say thank you to you guys for being here. Many of you guys have already been featured on this podcast. So if you want to join me here, let me know. Send me a message and let's tell your story as well. If you're not already part of the Manful Yoga community, you can get started with a free 7-day trial at manfulyoga.com/join. And this is a great community if you are a man looking to improve yourself, both physically and otherwise, and to be able to be surrounded by other men in the same situation, to have that encouragement, to have that motivation, to be able to ask questions, to share your own experiences, and also be able to kind of toot your own horn and share your wins is something that is invaluable for your health and wellness and to help you keep going, keep pushing yourself, keep pushing boundaries, keep learning new things. So I encourage you guys to give it a shot. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I hope this is helpful. I hope this inspires you to be a better man, and I'll see you on the next episode.